Hi guys, this is for everyone who has a Gemini sun, moon, or ascendant. Um, Basically, for anyone who's interested in watching the Gemini video for the end of August 2014. So, um, this is Oracle Daphne. I'm Beth, and I'm finishing up shuffling, which it irritates me to watch others shuffle while they're on video. I mean, come on, you could do it beforehand, right? But I don't know why. It's like a obsessive compulsive thing to like be really, um, really sure about the cards. So I like to extra shuffle and, you know, just make sure I get it right. All right, so for everyone who's Gemini in their horoscope, or even if they have a friend in Gemini, this would be good for you. My BFF's a Gemini. Okay. So, this is for the end of August, okay? I'm going to be doing the September ones soon after this. I just started these videos, so just be patient. I will be getting the September ones out shortly. But basically, the first card I pulled for you guys, the path that you're on, is this card, which is the Page of Wands. And I actually think of this card as the Aries person, or the Aries type person, because Aries are like, they have to go do something. Like, for the longest time, my best friend for like 20 years, she told me, she's an Aries, she told me, we need to go do something. What are we going to do on a Friday night? We need to do something. Why can't we do something? This was like everything she said, like in a nutshell, all the time. And this is the doing, the action, the getting out there and having fun. This is the applying to the job card. This is the going to the ball game, going to the rock concert, going out with your friends, going, doing, action. It's a girl playing the violin, and my friend for the longest time still is a violinist. So I guess that's why I think of her. But it can be a musician, or it just can be the desire to play more music, or it can be someone who's both a musician and wanting to get their work out there, or just wanting to do more different types of things with their music. But this is a musical person. This is a person who's musical, but this is an action card. So this is the person that, this is the performer. This is the Beyonce, the diva. This is the person that loves to be the limelight. That's why I said this is an Aries type person. So even though this is the path that you're on, um, because this is for Gemini, your close friend could be an Aries, or you could be thinking a lot about this person, or you could be thinking a lot that you want to be like this person. You want to do music. You want to be an actor. You want to be on stage. You want to be in the limelight. You want to be performing. This is you. And a lot of actors, famous actors, are Geminis. So this makes sense. They love to be theatrical. They like to move around. They like to be free. They like to express and do quirky faces and things. And it's very typical of a Gemini. So the path that you're on is really about action and music and getting out there and going for it. Now, Geminis have a thing about overthinking doing something, okay? They could be the greatest musician in the world, but they may just not decide to do it. They may just live at their parents' house for 20 years and not perform at all until finally their mom says, you need to get out of the house. I'm cutting you off. I'm cutting up your credit card. You got to go do it. And then they finally do, and they become this huge rock star. So Geminis need to just go and do it. Stop thinking about it. Get out of the house. Turn your computer off. Turn your TV off and get out there and go do it. And you'll be success. Like, you'll be huge, huge success. Geminis are also very wealthy. They attract money very easily into their lives. They can be very poor for a long time. They're very simple. I think of Geminis as being very simple. They don't need a lot of stuff. Like an Aries type person needs a lot of stuff. A Gemini doesn't need a lot of stuff to be happy. They're more simple. Give them their favorite foods. Make them a great dinner. Take them to a concert. The simple things in life make a Gemini happy. Good romance, good sexual experiences, even like dating, they love to date. I mean, they love to really get into relationships, play the field. They like to dabble, in different things. They like variety. So 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 go out and do it. Whatever it is, whether it's dating someone, going after the person that you want. Geminis are not as aggressive as other signs. They're more subdued in some ways. Not always, but some subdued. So they absorb a lot of things. So this is a time where you just have to say to yourself, I'm gonna go do this, and that's it. Period. Moving on. So the card that's crossing you is the Do Not Worry card. But it's funny because my friend, my BFF, she has 4 kids, and I think of her. I don't know if you can see it. It's this girl. She's playing with her 4 dolls. Basically, she's not playing. She's making tea for them. But I think of my friend, making meals, packing lunches, making dinners, on Sundays for the week, things like that, taking care of the kids. A lot of Geminis have kids and they love kids. A lot of Geminis have multiple kids because Geminis, the twins. So it's like 2, 2, 2, 2, and they just explode. They're like a litter. They have a litter. I don't know. It's gone wild. No offense to Geminis. Don't take that the wrong way. Somebody's got to do the job, and they get it done, so you can't complain. Repopulating the world, but basically this card's about opening up your mind, being more like a kid, which is interesting because Geminis are kid-like, but to have more fun and to not worry. Because Gemini's an air sign, Geminis can get really into their head. They can go deep into their head, and when they get in there, you might not see them for quite some time. So just try to stay, I should say, try to stay focused on the things that are important. And if you have kids, enjoy your time with your kids and have fun with them. And it's the end of the summer. So this is for August. This is the end of August. So if you can, take them to the park. Make tea for them. Have a tea party. I actually went to a really fun tea party several years ago at my friend's house for her kids, and it was so much fun. And I took all these really crazy fun photos, and it was a fun time. And I came home feeling really refreshed. So, but kids have an open mind, and even Geminis sometimes they can get into their own. Sometimes they have their own ideas about things, and they won't be changed. They're really set in some of those ideas. Not all of them, but some of those, they are really set. So, but like a kid, children are not as set in their ideas. I mean, like their world is completely expanding. Like it's growing. Like they're absorbing. I mean, there is no boundaries for what they can think up. You've seen those commercials about the kids, so I don't need to go into that. But basically, this is just don't worry. Be like a kid. Open your mind. Expand your mind. And, good things will happen. The root of the issue is this guy. I think of him as like a grandfather. It's the King of Cups. Again, my deck is different than other people's decks, okay? I have my own ideas about things because I'm an Aquarius. And this guy is emotional contentment. It's interesting that this is the root of the issue for you, Gemini. Um, it's kind of disconnected from the rest of the reading. So I kind of feel like I guess I'm just getting ocean. I'm getting more ocean. The guy in the sea. I don't know. It could be, originally I was thinking like a grandfather figure, someone that's bringing, or even a father figure, someone that's a very male presence that's bringing you stability, emotional stability. And could be a husband, could be your husband, somebody in your life that's giving you a really solid foundation. I guess the Geminis that are going to watch these videos have a really good um, foundation in their lives for their emotional stability. I mean, they may not have much money, but emotionally they'll feel secure. Like really, like they don't have to worry that they're loved. They don't have to worry that they're appreciated, that they're respected. They don't have to ask, for honey to can you please make dinner or take the trash out? No, honey's going to do those things. Or, the female, whatever role, whoever it is going to do those things so the person feels like they have an emotional stability that's just it's just the foundation for the relationship, or just that they have a really good foundation for that in their life. They might not even be in a relationship, but they are emotionally stable because if maybe because of how they were raised, their parents, their father figure, just that they really loved and supported them for a long time, so they just feel really emotionally stable. Um, the recent past was this card. I wrote on the top, it's time to pluck the fruit. It's this woman who is picking these peach type vegetables. This also can be interesting as it's kind of coming to me. I also think about actually changing your diet, becoming like a vegetarian. I will say on a side note here that the energies in the universe are changing and our planet are changing. And I think I'm basically being like a mostly vegetarian. I don't even really have a taste for meat, and I used to eat hamburgers like every day, and I don't really have that anymore, and it's just changing, and I think that's where society and the world's headed. I mean, of course, Aquarian ideas, big, global, but this is where things are going. I think a lot more people are going to become vegetarians, and the vegetables are going to be like the main deal. And we're not actually going to have to eat as much, which is kind of nice. But Geminis are very picky eaters, and they will eat only certain things, and sometimes those certain things might not be the best things. More vegetables, okay? But this also is about timing. That it's time to pluck the fruit, to harvest whatever it is that you've been waiting on. It's time to do it. Again, I'm getting a lot of just the feeling of action. Just the feeling of Gemini's taking action because the timing is right. And it could just be the timing of an engagement or the timing of applying for a job. The timing of things is going to be right. So if you were waiting on anything, the timing in the most recent past feels like everything's just kind of clicking. It feels right. What's like crowning you or right on top of you is the victory card. It is winning. It actually is this guy who has climbed a mountain. He's climbed the top. I mean, this is the mountaineer. Okay, this is the guy who I don't really get it, but I'm not into doing that kind of thing. The rock climber. You've seen those commercials. I don't know, those bank commercials. The guy that climbs to the top of the mountain. The people that climb to the top of the mountain to sit on the top, just to feel it. But to me, it's a metaphor for going through a lot. To really working hard to get somewhere and to finally get some reward out of it. So if that means climbing to the top of a company, or literally climbing to the top of a mountain, or just getting where, achieving your dreams, achieving your goals, like getting those things after so long of struggling. And you think of somebody who climbs a mountain and they got to carry all this crap to the top. The people that climb Everest, I mean, they endure so much to get to the top of that mountain. And, there may have been times of poverty, there may have been times of severe lack, where they didn't have anything, and they had to sacrifice, and they had to get rid of their stuff, and they had to sell things that they didn't want to sell, and they had to return things they didn't want to return, but they got to the top, and now they're feeling like, yes, I did it, yes. It's a great feeling. Gemini, I'm happy for you. This is a great card. This is amazing. And if you don't feel like that, you're going to be soon feeling like that. And Geminis are very optimistic. So congratulations on whatever you've achieved recently. You might be getting awarded, thinking medals and feeling like seeing like medals. I don't know why. Like he could be like even like, I mean, Olympics aren't even really happening, but like Olympic type medals, like, or even like maybe like sports medals and things like that. I'm not sure. Just like those medals that you get just awarded, for your endeavors, and your skills and your achievements. Just a notice for your achievements. Now this is interesting. It's right around the corner, and this is. See that swan? There's this swan right there, and she's caught. She's caught in like this thorny briar patch, and she amongst the swords. Okay, so this is the Eight of Swords, and every little move she makes, everything that she does, it hurts her. A little thorn gets caught in her feathers, on her shoulders, on her chest. Every little thing she does, it's like aggravating her, and she's stuck. She feels stuck, like she can't get out. And she feels like this crone, this old crone. You can see in the background, like this old crow type person, and I see it as being kind of like a dark cloud. It could be. Unseen enemies, or unseen like psychic attacks, or unseen dark forces, or unseen darkness around you because you're so bright. You're that bright swan. You're loving and you're kind and you're considerate, and this dark force. Again, I'm getting emotional. This dark force is trying to hurt you in some way, and I don't know why, but they it's clouding, it's blocking the sun. You can see there's light behind the crone, but it's blocked because of the crone. And it could be a kind of you think of like an evil woman, like the evil queen, type person. It could be like an evil female boss that's just a bitch, she's just terrible, and I've had that too. I mean, it sucks, that micromanaging bitch type woman who's on her period every single day of the month. You know what I'm talking about? It's not fun, okay? And it could be you could be in a relationship where it feels like everything you do is not right. This could be for a guy. This swan could be a male swan. I mean, you guys, sometimes you can get in relationships too. I know it, where everything you do isn't right. For some reason, your wife, your girlfriend is nagging you or is just into you about every single thing. Your girlfriend, your wife, she's on her period every single day of the month, and it's driving you crazy, and it's torturing you, and you feel so stuck. But the good news is that there's this little hummingbird that's going to help get you out. Her little beak is going to come help get all those little twigs, and you just have to sit still and wait for her to get you out. So help is coming. So there's going to be someone in your life that's going to be very bright and very sweet and caring, and who's going to see that you're stuck, and they're going to want to help you out, and they will. They will. You'll get out of it. You'll somehow make it out of it. But the counsel of this card is that you need to stay calm. Every little thing that you do is to not be calm is it's gonna get you. It's gonna hurt you. Okay, it's just gonna hurt you more. So don't do that. Just stay so calm, even if it seems very hard to stay calm. Just try, and then it's just the card overall just means struggle. But I see it as being in a relationship which is not healthy for you. So maybe it's time to move on. Maybe it's time to go to marriage counseling. Maybe your girlfriend, wife needs to go on some kind of medication because she's depressed, she's angry, she's not happy. Like most times I feel like in relationships, they get to a point where it's not about the relationship anymore. It's just about your personal life, your path. And you're not getting what you need out of your situation, like on an individual level. So like say there's two career people. One of them's working at a law firm and the other person's working in a hospital. They have two totally separate lives. I mean, they work 12, 14-hour days, maybe longer. They don't see each other. Their individual paths are different, and one of them might be very happy and the other one might not, but their paths are different. And so they come home and they just rip each other apart. Why? Not because it's something that the other person really did. It's not about the garbage. It's not about who cleaned the bathroom. It's about their personal happiness. They're not on the path. Maybe that person working in the hospital is very unhappy. Maybe she hates her boss. Maybe she hates all her coworkers. Maybe she's bullied at work. Maybe she's just not getting any sleep and she hasn't slept good. Maybe she gets maybe 4 hours of sleep a night for the last 6 months and she's kind of going slowly out of her mind. Maybe she needs a vacation. So it's time to think about all those things. There's a lot of elements in this card, which is why I'm kind of going on about it. But it's just, you'll get through the struggle. You will. Just try to stay calm. Just try to think about the other people in your life. Which this struggle is bringing you this emotional sadness. So it's obvious. It's just a relationship that's causing you serious grief. But there are good people in your life that are really going to help you. And this is what's coming to you. Now this guy, I think of as a lawyer. This is a lawyer. It can be also a doctor. Can also be a Capricorn. But is a very powerful man. I wrote in here, a very powerful man determined to get what he wants. Someone who is very sure of himself. He can be young and very physical, so he's got lots of muscles. It can be an older, wiser type guy too, but he just helps kind of sort things out because of his presence in the situation. So I feel like some of you are going to be getting a divorce. It's this divorce. It's all the things that go with the divorce, Geminis, and you're gonna get through this because you're gonna have somebody there that's gonna come in. It's a very powerful, strong, masculine energy that's gonna help sort of clean things up. They're gonna swoop in and they're gonna clean it up, and you're not gonna have to worry too much about the mess. You're gonna get moved past it, and it's interesting because you're getting this sitting on top of the world, power and achievement. These two cards are very similar. Very, very similar. Although this guy has arduously climbed, worked and worked and through blood, sweat, and tears to get to the top. Okay? And he's proud of himself. It's a feeling of achievement. This card is about that person that's looking like out at other things, like basically at their surrounding, and saying, I'm happy, I am where I am, where how all the things that I have done to get me here, and they're looking kind of to the future. They're thinking, it's like the next step. Okay, this is the Two of Wands, that's the Six of Wands, but I see that as the Two of Wands being the next step, the next, they also could be looking down or looking at all of the property they've acquired. So it could be also like investments. So if some of you have made investments, um, it's possible that you're looking at all the things that you have and thinking, wow, this is a lot of stuff I've done. Geminis are really good with real estate too. And then in the end, this is the card that everybody loves, which is the information card. I mean, who doesn't love getting a phone call or a text message? Who doesn't love it? I mean, it's just great. You get a message from somebody, that's good news. This is what I'm talking about. Good news. Um, you're gonna get some good news at the end of August. Somebody's gonna call you. You're gonna get something in your email. You're gonna get a new job, or you're just gonna get good news about something that you've been waiting on, or that you just, or it could be information that you're not expecting. That it's something that gives you something to think about. This is wise counsel. Wise counsel being the elder, somebody that you go to for advice, somebody that gives you advice, somebody that calls you and or that you call and you go to them and you say, I need some advice. So you might not just get, I'm getting more like, actually, like someone who you look up to. It's somebody that you go to for advice. So that is the end for you guys. I will be seeing you guys in September, and have a wonderful evening. And big hugs and kisses, and I will talk to you soon. Thanks so much.